Being the parent of like a little kid, I think has gotten a lot harder than when I was raising my daughter. She's 23 now, and man, I got to tell you, the decisions you have to make and the things you have to monitor and protect your children from today has gotten a lot harder. What do you give them that's still entertaining, but also aligns with your values? You know, we've talked about WayFM being a product that you don't have to filter, but like if you got Netflix in your house, you got to have the filter on.
And even Disney Plus, you have the same problem.
Oh, well, I'll tell you, Disney Plus has been disappointing to me as a parent. And some of the things they've chose to put on there, and like you got to watch it, you know? And that's why it's so nice to have something. If I was raising little kids, I would do PureFlix subscription, man, because you've got content on there that you're not having to filter out. And as a parent, I mean, I know we want to be involved in our kids' lives, but sometimes you need to park them in front of the TV and take 10 minutes to yourself. That's why PureFlix is a great option for families. You got family stuff, obviously. They're even dabbling in some drama. Yes, and PureFlix originals. Like I saw the movie on their Strong Fathers, Strong Daughters, and I have to tell you,
you cried.
I did. There was 3 times, not once, 3 times.
I did.
I wept, and I was moved, and it was a great movie. And I think if I was raising my child now, I think PureFlix would be definitely a part of my family's entertainment plan.
So if you'd like to try PureFlix, text PURE, that's PURE, to 91979 to get your 1-week free trial. Faith and family entertainment with no ads on your favorite devices.
Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast. All the things we did not get to during the show today. It's good to be back on Monday, and we will do our recap of our weekend plans. Did everybody's weekend plans go according to plan? Did you do everything you had said you were going to do on Friday? Because don't lie to people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No.
I think I said I was going to do nothing, and that's exactly what I did.
Well, you went to the Pumpkin
Actually,
Festival.
it sounds like you
That
did
was Saturday.
plenty.
Yeah, that's on the weekend.
I thought you just said Friday.
No, because Friday we usually talk about our weekend plans.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did
Then
you do
yes.
nothing aside from the pumpkin patch?
I
Or the
hung out with
pumpkin?
some friends and played games.
Okay, I remember that from Friday. So, yeah, you did that. Gavin, what did you
checks
end up doing? Oh, you ended up going to a scary thing, right?
Yes, I told you guys a little bit about it earlier, but so we had this plan that we were going to do a haunted house on Saturday night, and so the day of we were making that plan, and we were on like a website, and it was like Nashville's greatest house of horrors, and all this stuff, and we ended up because we didn't want to do something that was just outright terrifying and scary, and so we ended
like
up
evil-ish.
Yeah, we ended up at Miller's Thrillers, which you guys knew about. I'd never heard of it before, so we were on the website reading reviews. We're like, oh, this sounds good. A zombie hayride paintball event and a scary walk through the forest.
Well, it's
Sounded
funny
perfect.
because they've advertised with us for years, and like we always could never say the zombie paintball. You had to say, well, what was the workaround for that? Like shoot paintballs at moving targets that are human.
I don't think we even said shoot.
Oh, you probably
or
couldn't
paintball.
have.
I think we said moving target. Hit the moving targets or something like that.
Yeah,
I can't
with the love of Jesus or something like. Because I mean, it's like a total scare you kind of thing, and it doesn't line up with us
Christian radio.
Yeah, but the money does apparently.
We'll take it.
I mean, I'll be honest. Let's be honest here.
The
They
place
found a
was-
workaround.
The place was packed though.
Well, the guy who owns it, David Miller, is a big supporter of the ministry and stuff like that. Like he's a believer. He's a really nice guy. And I didn't know you were going there because we could have gotten you passes to skip the line because the line is crazy long.
It was probably more than an hour and a half with us in the line, and we found great ways to pass the time as friends. We've two truths and a lie, never have I, just like all these things that we got through the line in a good way.
Heads Up app.
We downloaded that. Yes,
so good for if you got to wait in
it's
line.
fun.
Like we were in a massive line at Disney one time, and we played Heads Up. We were on a rain delay, and so we were just sitting there. And one of the workers came over and played Heads Up with us because
fun.
they didn't have anything to do. It is one of the best apps for killing time. My daughter and I played in the DMV while we had like a 2-hour wait to get her license one time, and we played in the DMV, and we had everybody laughing and stuff and people playing. It was a lot of fun, so I highly recommend that. But you got to go on the zombie paintball.
We did. It was a good 20 minutes of action, and they set it up well with like the people who are working did a good job of playing their role of these intense troops that are, you've joined their band of people who are taking on the zombies. And so they did that well. It was very fun to actually shoot the guys who got paid to be shot at.
Okay, so they did a good job with it. Betty's impersonation of the ticket taker, though, is one of my favorites.
Oh, because the longer you wait to get closer to the holiday season, they've been doing the same speech for like a whole month. Yeah. So the last time I went, the girl that was introducing it, she was like, Columbia's been taken over by a zombie apocalypse. Please take your bullets and your guns and keep your arms and your legs in the vehicle at all times.
It's tough.
Wow, she's really selling it.
Yeah, like I'm not feeling very zombie or apocalyptic. Yeah. I'm feeling like kind of like Becky, like Becky's tired. So you go on that. Then they also have the haunted woods. This is the one I've told this story before where my daughter and her friend wanted to go, so I took them. And I ended up using her 16-year-old friend as a shield.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, because it scared me. Like I got scared, and I literally was pushing her friend in front of me. And so I could see Gavin doing the same thing. So you have to go back to that one, though.
Yes, because we got off the hayride probably around 11:30 at night, and then my wife still had to wake up at 6 the next morning to go to work at the church. And so we were like, guys, like if we go and do the forest walk, which they said takes like an hour to get through, which is crazy. And I'm like, we're not going to get home until 1:30 in the morning. And so we just left. But they gave us we still have our tickets, and they said that they are opening it up on November 11th again for people to come back and do things that they didn't get to do, which hopefully that'll be a smaller crowd. And it is actually very interesting. I mean, that would be so post-Halloween that I'd have moved on to Thanksgiving I didn't even put that together, that November 11th. Yeah, you're like Thanksgiving zombies or whatever, But I think it was so packed last night. Yeah. And this is, reading a website and it telling you can do something versus like people who have done it before. Because the website said, if you want to do everything, show up by 9:30 to make sure you get everything in before everything closes. And we're like, oh, that was wrong. Yeah, and then the other stuff too is like you can't show up too early because then it's light. Yeah, and you want it to be fun in the dark. It's not the right tone. I have friends of mine, Molly and Greg, where they seek this kind of stuff out all the time. Like they were in Utah, last week for something with their daughter, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're going to this haunted thing." Like, no. I've in my head, I've learned from that experience that's just something I'm going to say no to in the future. I don't even like the Christian versions of thing, Hell House, and like that. And there's a car accident and this child's soul went to hell, You're like, no, they do those. Oh. That was a big thing for a lot of years.
Well, a child, I don't know. Like
a kid, a teen. Yeah. But I think it was kind of like this way to still do the gore and the scary, but you just kind of justified it by slapping Jesus on it, those things always felt really weird to me. And maybe you've done them, maybe you've been a part of them, I don't know, and you've seen them work or what have you. But yeah, I always felt like that was like skating a little too close personally. But yeah, that's even scarier in my head than like, I don't know, Michael Myers. And it's always the weird dude in the neighborhood that does it in his garage. And you're like, I don't think this is safe. Joe, you need to stop. Yeah, I'd really rather not. All right, so here's some of the stuff going on, too, that we didn't get to. The Powerball, did you guys see this?
Yes.
$1 billion. Yeah, oh, my
crazy.
Goodness. There have been 37 drawings without a winner. And so they're looking at $1 billion for this drawing tonight. In the 30-year history, it's only done this like 6 times, which is kind of crazy. But the cash value is $497 million. So you lose over half to cashing out into taxes right out of the gate. I mean, they throw that number on there, but if you play, you probably should know that that's the reality of it. So you're still winning that number. There were 6 people that won the $1 million prize on Saturday at least, so I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah. But then like if you were so close, would you be bummed? You won $1 million, but you didn't win at the time it was like 600 million, but you didn't win 600 million. So are you a little bit bummed because again, you take it all in one lump sum. You're not retiring. Honestly, you think I just won $1 million. I'm going to retire. Absolutely, you're not. Yeah. Because you got $500,000. It's about $600,000 for the fee to take it all in one lump sum. Then of that $600,000, you're down to about three or four. Let's be generous and say 4 after taxes. So now you've got $400,000. That's not enough to retire on. They say you need about $2 million cash to retire at this point in time now. And so that $400,000, you would be surprised at how quickly that will run on you. So it's not even worth it. I don't even want to do it. So is it not worth it? It's not worth it to scratch a ticket off and win hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah. No. I think that I must be.
Has anyone ever told you you're dramatic?
much, yes. The headaches, because then you got to file taxes, and it's just it's more taxes I got to pay. It's not worth the headaches.
Yeah, but if you're getting $1 billion,
a billion's worth it. Yeah, but a million, million's not worth it. But a billion, absolutely worth it. That's a whole new set of
I'd still take $1
problems.
million.
Would you?
Yeah,
I'd still do
in
it,
a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I don't.
None of us are high rollers.
Yeah.
like
No,
you
it's just,
are,
I'm just saying you
Wally.
don't want that headache.
He's like, $1 million isn't worth it.
That's not what I'm
Man,
saying.
I've just been there before.
I'm saying you don't want those headaches.
I do it. That's
Yeah.
that. If that gets me the down payment on my first house,
Sure.
we buy a new car for Haley because hers is old.
Yeah.
Just pays off my lesser student loans now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's I've always like wondered about that with people when they win $1 million and they think they're retiring. I think that's the disillusion that I'm sad for. People like, oh my goodness, I'm going to retire. It's like, I have bad news for you. You are not. But no, it'd be nice to if you weren't in the mindset of I'm going to retire off of this. Absolutely, it'd be gret. Yeah, for sure.
I don't think I'd retire if I won the $1 billion.
Yeah, you're too young to
I'd
retire.
still work and have fun in life.
Yeah, you need to keep doing that. Elon Musk, Sunday, he tweeted out a link to an unfounded rumor about the attack on House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband. It's a horrific thing, and the details are super sketchy as to what happened, but this guy broke in, and somehow, I think his name's Robert Pelosi, was able to call police when he got away for a minute, but then the guy hit him with a hammer, and it's really messed up. But so Musk purchases Twitter, and now he kind of gave people fuel to the fire that they were worried he was going to turn it into a social media platform that wouldn't limit information and would have hate speech and stuff. And so he does this post, and it's a repost from a website that is like questionable on their reporting, like that they don't always get the story right, or sometimes have made things up, and they are allegedly and stuff like that. Like they were the ones that asserted that Hillary Clinton died on September 11th and was replaced with a body double. Oh, yes. It's almost like the Onion, and in some ways is what it feels like, But anyway, so he goes and posts this, and obviously Pelosi or Clinton goes nuts on him, and it's just a mess. But it will be really interesting to see what he actually does with Twitter. Is it just a billionaire's play toy, and will it be something that actually, can he improve it and make it something that's good, that is fair for free speech, but isn't, damaging to people? I don't know. Right out of the gate, doesn't seem like he's going that route.
Yeah, but he says he's going to do something good with it.
We'll see.
We'll see.
He had the opportunity, and then right out of the gate was like, let's here, this will be fun, and just get people riled up. And maybe doing that runs the stock price up too. I don't know. People talking about it. Lady Rock, what do you got?
A list was put together of the creepiest rock songs for Halloween. So if you're looking for a playlist, here you go. Coming in at number 5, we're going to skip around this one. Number 5 is Metallica's Enter Sandman.
Oh, yeah. The real creepy part of this probably is that, hush, little baby, don't say a word, and never mind that what noise you heard. It's just the creeps under your bed.
Well,
in the
there is a video that you can
Still
see somewhere.
Still doing it.
And it's a guy that took his house, and he did all these lights and had them timed out to Enter Sandman by Metallica.
It was a drone show too.
It
with
was pretty awesome. Number 3 is one by David Bowie, Scary Monsters and Super Creeps.
I've never heard this.
Scary monsters, super creeps.
Wow.
No.
Keep me running.
That's uncomfortable.
Running scared.
How David Bowie ever made it is a mystery to me. David Bowie and Michael W. Smith. I don't get those two success stories at all.
And then coming in at number 1, I don't see as creepy at all. If anything, it makes me laugh. It's Blue Oyster Cult with Don't Fear the Reaper.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, baby, don't feel the reaper. Baby, take my hand, don't feel the reaper. We'll be able to fly.
See, you like it because of the SNL sketch.
with more cowbell.
Yeah, with Will Ferrell and more cowbell, Gene, and it's funny. I grew up where this song was seen as the occult and it was evil, and my parents were like, you cannot listen to that. It says the Reaper and don't fear it. And I'm like, well, it says don't fear it, but don't backsass me, boy. And so like it was like a serious thing. Like I grew up in the time of backmasking. Do you know what that is?
That was play something backwards.
That's it. Yeah, that's when they were saying they were having hidden music, hidden messages in the music, and the Parents Music Resource Council started by Tipper Gore, and so they went after all like rock that had any kind of darkness to it, and it was like a list. I mean, like parents like can't listen to this, can't listen to this, can't listen to this. And some of the things I look back and go, that was really not a big deal, Ma. Like that.
Definitely compared to today's.
Yeah, sadly. And then there are others that are like they're just trying to be shocking, and that's why. And they're trying to get a rise out of people, and that's what gets them publicity.
What Ozzy Osbourne did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine. He still is an A&R guy for a big major mainstream record company, and I was talking to him one time. Like he was in between. He had just had a huge hit with a band that he discovered, and they were making like tons of money. And I'm like, well, what's next? I mean, where's music going? What's the next thing? He's like, I'm gonna look for the thing that scares parents the most, and that's what I'm signing. I'm like, okay, that's kind of smart. I know, but yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's shocking always. Then the hype of things makes it worse than it is.
I'm looking at the lyrics of the Don't Fear the Reaper. It says, all our times have come.
Yeah.
Here, but now they're gone.
Okay.
Seasons don't fear the reaper, nor do the wind, the sun, or the rain.
Sounds like a hippie thing.
We can be like they are. Valentine is done. Here, but now they're gone. Romeo and Juliet are together in eternity.
Nice. Eternity.
40,000 men and women every day. 40,000 men and women every day. Another 40,000 coming every day. Come on, baby. Baby, take my hand. We'll be able to fly. Baby, I'm your man.
Okay.
La 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 la.
That's weird.
It's my favorite part.
when you really dive into the lyrics, it's not like crazy like satanic. No. It's more like Earth, Wind, and Fire, spiritualist kind of.
When you talk it out like that.
Especially when you're playing like Exit or Enter Sandman, you're like, the guy's yelling at me.
Well, there you go. I guess I look at like Ozzy, and my parents feared that I would like Ozzy, and it's like he's sold his soul to the devil and blah blah blah. And then like years later, watching the Osbournes with him just banding about as a babbling buffoon, and show roll, and he was like, that's what you were scared of, Ma. Like
yeah, well, it was like you were saying earlier, like people that are signing. Anybody that will do anything
right,
raunchy, crazy, like bad publicity is still publicity.
Absolutely.
And so in a way, we make it worse by giving it the attention that they want.
Yeah.
If we didn't give it the attention, then they'd be like, well, this ain't going to work.
Yeah, it would die a very quick death.
That's what Madonna did.
Oh, yeah, shocking.
She just wanted to be shocking.
Yeah.
And so shocking gets you somewhere. So the worse you can be, the more you are, which is terrible, but it is what it is.
Well, speaking of that, let's do some birthdays. Some shocking birthdays.
Okay, well, here's a shocker.
None?
What? But we can do...
a shocking birthday question?
Yes.
Okay.
Katie would like to know...
Yes?
Would you rather have to end every sentence with, you idiot?
I already do.
Or just kidding.
Oh.
Ooh.
Probably just kidding would fit better because then I would say things to people and then go, just kidding. JK.
But you give a compliment and you'd be like, that looks really great on you, you
just
idiot.
kidding. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Neither one of those works.
Yeah.
Like you idiot leads to
bad.
more probably like people hating you for it, whereas the other one, they just don't understand you.
You idiot. Yeah. Or like, do you think about like a wedding toast or whatever, or your vows?
Yeah.
Be like, I will love you forever and always, you idiot. Or just kidding.
Yeah, I love you forever and always. Just kidding.
I think I'd go with you, idiot. I could get out a lot with a lot more.
I promise to be faithful. Just kidding.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, well, there you go. All right, that's going to do it for your Aftercast, and thanks for being a potty.